Welcome back. I'm Richard Otto, and this is Stephen Rand, and this is the Gold Spot. You know, Steve, lately we've been getting calls on exclusive coins from dealers and graded coins, graded MS-70, gold eagles, and silver eagles. What's your take on that?
Well, it's a business model that a lot of companies have adopted over the last several years. And it really is a way to be able to raise prices on things to levels that are really unrealistic, incredibly profitable, I'm sure, for the companies that are working with them, but really not the best investment products in many cases. Now, there are exceptions to this, I will tell you that, because there have been some that have done very, very well. But as a general rule, what we're generally finding is that companies are finding exclusive deals with sovereign mints like the Canadian government or the Perth Mint out of Australia, the British Mint, and so forth. And what they're doing is they're getting an exclusive coin in many cases that are the Canadian Wildlife Series coins, for instance. Well, they're selling them as a really rare coin, but when you go to sell them, you find out what they really are is a bullion coin that is not really that popular once the hype wears off after the first year. The other case, we're getting a lot of coins that are US mint coins in many cases, like gold eagles, silver eagles, gold buffaloes, and they're getting them graded MS-70 or in some cases proof 70 if it's a proof strike. And they're giving the impression that because these coins are perfect, that they're going to be worth a fortune someday. And like I said, there are exceptions to that where there have been some that have been extremely profitable. But most of the time, what you're getting is a very common year coin and a coin that, really shouldn't have that difficulty of grading very, very high, like a 70 or maybe in some cases a 69, because these are brand new coins that have never been touched by human hands. They're giving the impression that because they're perfect, they're going to be super rare, versus maybe like an older $20 gold piece, which is never going to grade that high because these coins were meant to be used in circulation. They were shipped in bags, they were shipped on trains, on stagecoaches, on ships, and there's just no perfect coins out there. So they're really not a good comparison, but that's the argument they use to make these coins look super impressive. Now, I will tell you that a lot of these companies that were running this type of a promotion are going out of business. Many of these companies have really unfortunately take advantage of people to the point where they're not even in business anymore. They may have outright robbed them in some cases. You want to be really, really careful. We have 2 reports on this that we can send out to you. Some of the other things that they're also doing right now is that they're offering free silver when you buy gold, or they're offering free fees if you have your money through an IRA. And as we both know, there's no free lunch.
You know, my grandfather was a farmer, and he told me, he said, you don't get something for nothing unless you've already gotten nothing for something. Common sense is not that common. You got to keep your eyes open. There is no free lunch.
Yeah, it's well said, Richard. It really isn't anything that's really free. If you're getting it somewhere for free, believe me, they're charging you somewhere else. It's just better to be transparent, make sure people know what they're getting, be straight with people, and people appreciate that. Thank you for joining us today on the Gold Spot. We'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed today's Gold Spot, like or subscribe to both our YouTube and Rumble channels. Also, comment below if you have any questions or if you'd like to hear us talk about a specific topic in a future video.